I just started TRT, and this is what I'm noticing. It's day one. I did my first pin last night. Now, I debated this for years. I am 41 years old, and around the age of 38, I noticed a decrease in my libido. I was diagnosed by my family doctor as clinically depressed. And somebody who's been highly motivated his whole life, hard worker, I noticed I was forcing myself to get up and go to work every day. It wasn't like when I was younger where I was just eager to get out of bed and go do something. And yeah, I did endless research on TRT and endless research on, is it right for me? And then I finally committed to getting blood work done. I got the blood work done right before I got a serious work injury. I cut my quadricep muscle in half with a circular saw. Terrible work accident. So I've been off work for 6 weeks. Anyways, my blood work, I was on the low end for somebody my age, like just skating above 300. My free testosterone, I can't remember what it was, but it was all very low. So like I said, I pinned for the first time yesterday evening, and I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. I did it sub-Q, so I pinched some fat beside my belly button with a needle like a diabetic would use. It's 25 mil, I believe, 25 gauge, sorry, very thin. I was nervous. I'm not afraid of needles. Like, I got a serious work injury, and I pinched that shit closed, walked to my vehicle, told my coworker, you need to drive me to the hospital. I'm not somebody that's squeamish, but for the record, that gauge of needle, I didn't even feel it. And I was overthinking it. It was honestly really easy. So I am officially day one on TRT, and according to all the research I've done, you're not gonna notice a lot of changes right away. But I can tell you right now, day one, I'm experiencing boredom on the holidays, which is not something I've experienced in years. So I think, my serotonin receptors, dopamine receptors, they're probably like, "Pa, pa, 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 pa. What is this? What is this?" I'm just guessing. I'm not a medical expert, but from my research, I think that's what it is. I'm gonna keep this one short, but I want to continue updating on my TRT experience. I was very tentative about doing this. I've never used steroids. Been an athlete my whole life. I was a hater on people that use steroids, especially at work and construction, building houses. You see these guys, they're monsters, 260 pounds, all muscle. And I always used to work circles around them anyways. You're all, weak in my opinion, but low libido, clinical depression, lack of motivation, mood swings, not feminine behavior, but emotional. I've been very stoic my whole life. That is what drove me to really research and make the commitment. So yeah, I did the blood work. All my blood work was fine, other than I have low T. Everything else, I was safe to take the treatment. But yeah, I immediately got in this accident. I have a brace on my leg for hopefully just 2 more weeks. I can't bend my leg. Big surgery. So I was at high risk for blood clots. So I didn't want to start the TRT right away, even though I was eligible good to go. Took all the right avenues to make sure I'm doing this the safe and most mature way possible. But yeah, so I did the first one last night. I'm basically in the clear for blood clots from my work injury, and perfect timing for me because I got a long road ahead to become as strong as I used to be. The surgeon told me that I may walk funny the rest of my life, and I am hell-bent and determined to make sure that doesn't happen. I want to get right back into work and be stronger than I've ever been and be as motivated as I've ever been and just be a better husband and father. And I think this is the path. So if you're on the fence about TRT and you're like me, you're probably going to do the research for the next year and watch some other guy on YouTube go through his process for a year. This is the guy for you. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Thank you for listening. Subscribe if you want to follow my TRT journey. Not medical advice. I know everybody says that. And let's get after it. Over and out.